What's going on, guys? It's Erica here from The In-Between. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future Make Money Online reviews like this one. If you've been on YouTube lately, then you've probably seen people talking about something called zero farming. It's this new program that claims you can make money by becoming an oil broker, not digital products, not affiliate links, but actual oil deals between sellers and buyers. But the question is, guys, can you actually make money doing this? Or is it just another overhyped program with big promises and even bigger upsells? So in this review, I'm going to break down what zero farming actually teaches, what's inside the course, what people are saying about it online, and most importantly, whether or not the whole business model itself is even realistic for someone who's just getting started. Or if you'd rather learn about something that's actually scalable, simple, and builds you a business that you own online, then go ahead and click on the link below to check out the model I personally use that still continues to pay me every single month. And just a quick disclaimer before we get started, guys, I'm not affiliated with Zero Farming or Build a Farm in any way. This is all just my honest take based on my own research, my experience with the model, and obviously what I've seen from other real users online. With that being said, let's jump right in. So Zero Farming is a training program created by Rashid and hosted under a company called Build a Farm, which was originally created back in 2022. Their whole pitch is that it teaches you how to make money as an oil broker. So basically you act as the middleman connecting oil producers with buyers like refineries, trading firms, and even governments. And when both sides agree on a deal, you basically get paid a commission or a flat fee for putting it together. So you're not actually buying or selling the oil yourself, rather just introducing the two parties together and helping them close the deal. Rashid claims that this is how he's been able to make millions of dollars starting small and eventually brokering huge international deals. The course itself is supposed to walk you through everything from finding buyers and sellers to closing deals and collecting commissions, and it's marketed as an opportunity for anyone, even beginners with no experience. So once you join Zero Farming, you get access to step-by-step training videos, deal templates, sample contracts, and scripts that are supposed to help you communicate with potential clients. They also say that you get help from the Zero Farming team when you're working on real deals, and the training covers things like how to approach refineries and trading companies, how to understand oil contracts, and how to talk to both sides like a professional broker. So they do make it sound like all you have to do is follow their steps, send a few emails, and then you'll land your first deal in no time. But keep in mind, guys, that oil trading isn't like flipping cheap products on eBay or selling digital products. You're dealing with big transactions, sometimes in the millions, and the people involved don't usually take beginners seriously. So even though the course itself gives you access to scripts and documents, it doesn't actually give you the connections or the actual experience you need to make real deals happen. And that's where most people end up hitting a wall, because you can know all the theory in the world, but if you can't prove you're credible, all of those refineries and big corps won't even respond to any of your emails. And from what I've personally seen, Zero Farming doesn't really dive deep into compliance or international trade laws either. Now moving on to their online rep, there are a few positive reviews on Trustpilot where people say the training was interesting and that the concept made sense, but once you start reading into the one-star reviews, a completely different story starts to show up. Build a Farm, the company behind Zero Farming, has pages of complaints from people who say they paid for the program, got little to no support, and never even landed a single deal. Others mention that customer service stopped replying when they asked for help or refunds, and a few even said they were blocked after speaking up. Beyond that, several more reviews talk about paying for upsells that promised better training, but in reality never delivered anything new, while others say that they were pushed to buy more advanced packages just to keep moving forward. And on top of all of that, there are also multiple claims of fake success stories, refund requests being denied for vague reasons, and people waiting weeks on end with no response. Now, with that said, the base price for Zero Farming is about $67. But like most of these programs, guys, there are tons of upsells that range anywhere from $300 all the way up to almost 10 grand. With that said, they do offer a 30-day refund policy, but when you think about the actual value, it really comes down to what you're getting. You're buying information about an industry that's hard to break into without years of experience or serious connections. And while the materials might give you a general understanding of oil trading, they simply can't give you what actually matters in the business to succeed, which is trust, reputation, and access. Even experienced brokers spend 40 to 50 hours a week just chasing leads, verifying documents, and trying to get serious buyers to even talk to them. So the whole idea that a beginner can just hop in and start landing commissions after a few weeks is just not that realistic. But instead of spending months on end learning how to broker oil deals you can't control, I'd much rather build something that gives me full control over my income. That's why if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I run and will always recommend what I call the digital leasing method instead. And all I do is build small websites for local service niches that people already need around the US, like roofing, plumbing, or in my case, stucco plaster. Then I rank all of those sites to the very top of Google so that when anybody in that area searches for those services, my site is the one that shows up first. And once all of the calls start flooding in, I rent that same site out to a local business owner who's more than happy to pay me every single month for all of the lead flow. And one of the reasons why I love the digital leasing model is because you actually own all of your sites. That means you're not waiting on anybody else's approval and you're not depending on commissions that may or may not happen. And what's even better is that if one business owner ever decides to stop paying you, you simply rent out that same site to another business in that same niche who wants more leads. For example, as you can see here, I built this stucco plaster site for Colorado Springs a little over 2 years ago, and that same site still continues to bring in calls for me every single month. That means the business owner pays me just to keep all of the leads coming in, and I don't have to chase deals or rely on anybody else to get paid every month. And that's what makes the digital leasing method so powerful, because you're stacking digital assets that continue to pay you over time instead of chasing one-off commissions. It's stable, it's scalable, and it actually gives you control over your online income. So you're building something that lasts instead of betting on programs that might vanish next year. And because you're working in local markets around the US, the ability to scale is huge and the competition is extremely low compared to a bunch of other online business models. All right, guys, that's it for my full review of the Zero Farming program. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe down below so you don't miss any future reviews just like this one. And if you want to learn more about the digital leasing method, the same model I personally use to earn passive income every single month online, then go ahead and click on the link in the description below for a free training that covers the whole business model in more detail. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.